And at the very end, be ready to seize your chance.
Hello one and all, and welcome to the Dollar Tree 300 at Chicagoland, the second race of the ALDF Cup Series season. Today, 31 drivers take on 12 laps around the 1.5 mile speedway just outside the Windy City. But looking back to last race, it was left undetermined on Denny Hamlin's penalty. The officials had decided the 11 team will be docked 15 points following his actions at Rockingham, leaving Hamlin in a -4 point hole to begin his season after wrecking out last time. He's starting up front and fourth today and needs to stay around there if he wants any hope of contending for the title. Ryan Blaney also had problems last race, being the other car to DNF during the same incident in the season opener. He's also starting well in fifth and needs just as good of a day as Hamlin. Matt Kenseth, the winner of Rockingham, is starting a bit further in the mid-pack in 13th. Not bad, but we'll see if he can be a factor in this race as well. The pole sitter today, though, is Kyle Busch. After a 4th place finish last time, his season is starting off rather well. We'll see if he can keep that going. And at the back of the field, things have changed drastically, with 4 teams, Gaunt Brothers, Live Fast, Rickware Racing, and Starcom, returning full-time to fill out this field. And finally, as a reminder, stage points will be given out at the halfway point with no caution, for this event being the end of lap 6. With all that yammering out of the way, let's head down trackside as I hand the mic off to my friend Dice for some of the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engine!
With the roar of 31 engines coming alive to fill the air, let's take a look at the qualifying lineup for today. We have a Busch Brothers sweep of the front row, with Kurt taking the second spot behind Kyle. Joey Logano starting third in front of the aforementioned Denny Hamlin and Ryan Blaney. Brad Keselowski starting fifth with Harvick in seventh. Chase Elliott 8th, Daniel Suarez 9th, and Alex Bowman rounds out the top 10. And the rest of the starting positions will scroll by on your screen. And with that, the pace car's lights shut off and the field rounds turn 4. Slam the gas, it's time to drive! We're under green in Chicago! Kyle Busch is off to an early lead, but his brother Kurt is fighting for second side by side with Joey Logano. Through turns 3 and 4, neither of them is able to gain an advantage, and it'll be Kyle Busch leading the first lap of the race. Further back, we have a 3-wide battle for 10th. Never mind! Jimmy Johnson backs out of it. That's a smart move to play it safe considering he wrecked last race. Back up front, Logano made the pass on Kurt and is going for Kyle's lead. They send it side by side. They make contact and slide! Kyle Busch into the wall and Logano into the grass! The leaders have wrecked and caution is out. Kyle Busch is not happy, as could be expected after that. Logano's now heading down pit road with a pretty big tire road from either the contact with Kyle or plowing through the grass, or both. Let's take a look at what happened now. Joey maybe just gets a little tight and pushes up the track and makes just the slightest bit of contact on Busch's right rear. It's just enough to send both of them spinning and pow! KB backs into the wall hard, and Logano manages to save it, but not without performing some landscaping. Both of them did come in to get their damage repaired and will rejoin the field. Logano stays lead lap, but Busch will have to hope for a lucky dog with another caution. Coming to the line, we're back to green on lap 4. Kurt Busch is your new leader. We have Denny Hamlin trying Blaney for second on the restart. Both of them need all the points they can get after DNFing last race. But Denny tucks in behind the 12, and it looks like Blaney will keep his spot. If anything, it looks like Denny may be trying to hold off the cars behind him as he shuts the door on Harvick. The 3 leaders nose to tail as Blaney tries up the outside of Kurt, but he gets denied. Way further back though, Logano and Busch are making their way back up through the field like nothing even happened. KB isn't here to wait for the lucky dog. He's going to try heading up front and unlapping himself the old-fashioned way. Back to the leaders, Hamlin's gotten to the inside of Blaney. He's side by side and just barely nosing ahead of him through turn 2. Oh, we've got a slow car in the front stretch. Timmy Hill is slowing rapidly and bang! He explodes into a trail of smoke, coming to a quick stop at the entrance of turn 1. This caution will end the stage and it'll be Kurt Busch taking the win, followed by Hamlin and Blaney. Big points for those two. Taking a closer look at what happened to the MBM 66, he just slows, does a little wiggle, And boom, there goes presumably his motor, and he drags it to a stop. That car is toast and they will be heading to the garage. A shame for such a small team making their first attempt at a full-time season. Coming back around to take the green, it's still Kurt and Blaney at the front. Elliott slurps, he spins in front of the field! Eric Jones and Jimmy Johnson pile in! Elliott slams back into the wall, and caution is back out! Once again, Jimmy Johnson involved in a crash, and Eric Jones and Chase Elliott are destroyed.
Sorry, should know better than that.
Chase seems alright after that hard hit nose first into the outside wall, so that's good. Jones somehow manages to limp that car back to his box, and they're gonna try fixing that thing. Jimmy Johnson is on pit road as well. Let's take a look at what happened. On the restart, everyone's getting up to speed, and it looks like Chase spins the tires. The car darts left, and he overcorrects it right back into the field. Jones slams into the side of the 9, and Johnson is left with nowhere to go. And look at Bowman. He slams on the brakes and just barely manages to miss getting collected, and Kenseth manages to dodge it as well. Chase Elliott has joined Timmy Hill in the garage, and somehow, someway, Eric Jones is still on track, albeit 2 laps down. That is determination right there from the 20 team. Johnson manages to stay on the lead lap. Taking the green with 3 to go, it's still Kurt and Blaney. But with his teammate Brad Keselowski pushing from behind, it's advantage Blaney this time round. The Penske number 12 to the lead. Kurt Busch is not going to give up though. He keeps that quarter panel in his sights and stays side by side off of 4. And they make contact, but it'll be Blaney leading the lap. The one not giving up that right rear. But at the back of the top 10, Kyle Busch is making himself known. I don't think he'll have enough time to get back up front to duke it out with these leaders though. And here comes Keselowski, diving it through the middle of the 1 and 12. He's challenging his teammate for the lead, managing to get wheel to wheel as the white flag is waving in the air. They send it into 1 and Blaney runs high, too high, and he scrapes the wall. Blaney falls back hard and Kurt Busch takes over second. A crushing loss for Ryan Blaney. And his teammate Keselowski will lead only 1 lap today, but it's the only one he needed. Brad Keselowski will win at Chicagoland.
Yeah! Great job, everybody.
After dominating last race and coming up just short, Keselowski flips the rolls and steals the win at the end of this one. A fantastic result for the number 2 team. Looking at the rest of the final results of today's Dollar Tree 300, Kurt Busch gets his 2nd podium in a row, along with Brad Keselowski. The 1 and 2 looking to be strong contenders this season. Kurt also led the most laps today, so he'll get the bonus points for doing so. Ryan Blaney sends it too hard on the last lap, smacking the wall and ends up 3rd. 1 Penske car win swapped for another. Kevin Harvick has a quietly good day finishing in 4th, and Alex Bowman scores the first not only top 5 but top 10 for Hendrick this season. They've had some real rough luck these first 2 races. Christopher Bell for Levine Family Racing has a great run today finishing in the top 10. That team's been getting better and better the past few seasons. We'll see how they can do for the remainder of this one. Kyle Busch and Joey Logano both recovering to solid finishes. Neither really getting too much damage, and with their incident happening early on, they had time to get back up around the top 10. Busch was looking really fast. A couple more laps and he may have entered back into the conversation for the win. Not so fortunate are Jimmy Johnson, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, and Timmy Hill. Johnson wrecking again and finishes outside the top 20. Chase and Hill end their race in the garage, and even though he finished 2 laps down, that was some admirable determination from Jones's team to end this race under power. And from there, we take a look at the points standings. Brad Keselowski with a 2nd and a win takes the points lead by 9, followed by Kurt Busch moving up to 2nd. His teammate Matt Kenseth falling from the lead to 3rd. We have some massive moves in the back half of the top 10. Daniel Suarez jumping from 12th to 7th, and Ryan Blaney launches from 27th to 9th. Even with that last lap mistake, the 12 had one hell of a drive today. Bowman has a big move as well, going from 20th to 12th with his top 5. Denny Hamlin also manages to climb into the first standings page with his 6th place run today. Without that 15-point penalty, he'd be 13th, tied with Bowman. On page 2, we have the addition of those 4 full-time new entries. Not too far off from the rest of the field. Wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 of them mixes it up with Hill and Poole after the next race or 2. And that is all for this race. I hope you all enjoyed today's video and broadcast, and I'll see y'all next time at Martinsville.